Jesus did? Watch what Jesus did!
If you've been living under a rock, technically CW is making a Powerpuff Girls show, wherein they're already in their 20s, I guess. Would it have amazing fight scenes like in the cartoons? Probably not. Most of the time, they would just rant on Twitter talking about why Hitler's actions were justified and show them how woke they are. Translation shows them how much of a loser they are. And again, this is a show brought to you by CW. Remember CW? The one that made Batwoman? That show wherein their goal was to empower women but ended up making women look entitled because they have vaginas because the writers know nothing about the Batwoman character? Yeah. CW. And they're gonna do the same to Powerpuff Girls, an innocent cartoon that all the boys from the 90s to early 2000s watched before going to school and secretly loved. Now it would turn into an edgy reboot like all other shows for some fucking reasons. Because that's hip and cool. Or at least that's what people think hip and cool means.
How do you do, fellow kids?
But anyway, the pilot of the show would be reworked because, well, what the hell do you expect? CW is writing the damn show. They say that the show felt a little too campy and not rooted in reality. According to an article I read, in this version, Bubbles, Blossom, and Buttercup take nudes, have marathon sex with other super powered people presumably, and refer to life as one big hate boner. Oh my fucking god. So yeah, that's what they mean about not rooted in reality. Because come on, girls don't know what boner feels like, alright? For God's sake, CW, you could do better than that. But anyway, I know you're here to see the script, so let Uncle Gas read the script for you. And just to show you what kind of show that CW is trying to make. And I'm just going to tell you, it's an abomination. It is so diabolical, and you would see why. So, in this scene, Bubbles is presumably talking with Buttercup, maybe on phone or something, I don't know. But I'm just going to read it to you. Blossom's fine. I saw her on Insta that she has a boyfriend. I saw on her LinkedIn that she got promoted, and I saw on Facebook that she still talks to Grandpa despite their political differences. So you can fucking see, well, what kind of a story this is. This doesn't even feel like Powerpuff Girls anymore. But anyway, I'm just going to continue. Buttercup, coming back here is probably triggering for her. Oh my fucking god. Jesus, the writers here are really trying to be hip and cool, you know, to vibe with the kids by using fucking words like this. It's fucking cringe. And Bubble says, why? Cause she's the one who killed Mojo? I mean, moveon.org. So, yeah, technically in this universe, the Powerpuff Girls are murderers. They're vigilantes, and I don't know why they're not in prison. And in this other scene, Buttercup says, oh my fucking god, Bloss, wake up or we'll leak your nudes everywhere. Of Bubbles' confusion, that worked on you once.
Who posted my nudes on Twitter.com?
And here's another one. Look, we love being Powerpuff Girls, but sometimes we wanted to be other things too. Like in Dirty Dancing, Baby wanted to join the Peace Corps, but she also wanted to be a fancy slut. Yeah, that is Bubbles, ladies and gentlemen. That is the Bubbles, the sweet and innocent child that we once knew and loved. Now she was consumed by Twitter and other things like drugs and meth. And she became a fancy slut. Drake, whoever the fuck this is. Jerry Orbach was doing his best to understand. And the next scene is Blossom heads upstairs where the bumping sound continues from Buttercup's room. Ooh, kinky. Then abruptly stops. Blossom opens the door and finds Buttercup in bed with Macy, the woman she eyed at the bar the night before. They've just finished, if you know what I mean. Yeah, this show isn't for kids. I mean, I know it isn't for kids, but why do this to a cartoon show, man? And then Blossom was like, oh god, I'm sorry. And Buttercup was like, it's fine. And then she looked at Macy and said, we're done, right? Macy says, I'd say 6 times is enough. Like I said, this doesn't feel like Powerpuff Girls anymore. This story is like when 14-year-old girls ranting on Twitter and canceling people who did nothing wrong have superpowers. That's technically the story, because they may have the Powerpuff Girls in the title, they may have the Powerpuff Girls name, but this isn't Powerpuff Girls. This is a cash grab, because I know what they're trying to do. They're trying to empower women and the LGBTQ plus community. But please, for fuck's sake, don't use cartoon characters. If you want to make stories about I don't know, kids with superpowers and now living in their 20s, seeing how much they wasted their childhood because they're fighting crime, make another story, right? Don't call it Powerpuff Girls, call it whatever the fuck you want, but not Powerpuff Girls. And even though you would do that, I still won't watch it because it's CW. I don't fucking trust them. I also heard that Professor Utonium would be the bad guy, or a bad guy. I'm not sure if this is true, but why am I not surprised? I mean, of course, if it's a female lead, all men are evil. Anyone who was born with a dick is a creation of Satan himself. All men are devils in the world of women. Gone are the days where there are epic fight scenes, silly and cute moments, and hello to sex, depression, cringy dialogue, and holy shit CW, you just ruined my fucking childhood. I also read in one of the articles, to be fair, there was also some I don't mind the premise, just take the Powerpuff Girl label off of it. The idea of superheroines realizing their childhood was garbage because all they did was fight crime isn't a bad one, which is true, I totally agree on that. But the Powerpuff Girls had a wonderful father, loved crime fighting, and still had plenty of cute childhood moments throughout the series. That was kind of the point. They were kids who fought crime but still got to be kids, right down to having a bedtime. Before I end this video, do you guys remember that animation by a YouTuber called Animation Domination High Def called HBO's Powerpuff Girls? Well, it was once a funny parody, now a terrible reality. Ladies and gentlemen, it is I, Gaslight, and I'm going to cry in the corner of my room.